dark from coming. Feel the weight of what we owe. This, the song of sons and daughters, hide the heart of who we are. Making peace to build a future, strong, united, working till we fall. The air and water flowing hard, the land we call our home. Push to keep the dark from coming. Feel the weight of what we owe. This, the song of sons and daughters, hide the heart of who we are. Making peace to build a future, strong, united, working till we fall. And we all lift, and we're all adrift together, together. Through the cold mist, till we're lifeless together, together.
So we go and slowly rise. Hold the course, the storm, the eye. Dock the boat, batten the sails. Waves are strong, clouds rolling. Steady on, load your gun, steady on, and we'll come. The sky is red, I see the face of the one who'll take my place. I say a prayer and close my eyes. My aim is true, the bullet flies. Steady on, load your gun. Steady on, and we'll come. Steady on, load your gun. Steady on, and we'll come. Steady on, load your gun. Steady on, and we'll come. Steady on, load your gun. Steady on, and we'll come. The seeds we sow, the fruit we reap. Tide of death is rising. Ain't no grave can hold me down. One foot in hell, on sacred ground. Steady on, ripped, and I weep, it starts again.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Sorry for the bit of a delay there on a few minutes. So, how is everyone doing tonight? I think before we start, of course, I'm going to go and read through some of the comments and people involved before we get started. So anyone else who might be running a little late on the show can get over here and on their own time. So let's do that. Sunflower, hello there, Sunflower. Syphilis says time to play some Warframe. Yeah, it's I found the song a while ago. Figured like, oh yeah, I found it again. Why not play it? I really like it. Hello there, Jennifer Vanilla. It's been a while. Hello there, Shades. How's things going for you, Shades? Hello there, Anthony. Hello there, Dan. It's been a while. Actually, no, you pop in, but says I have Stout over here with me. He says hi. Hello there, Stout. It's been some time since I heard from you. We got Ruza in the chat. Hello there, Ruza. Still Mexican guy goes, hey Kaz, never forget what Jeremy did to Despair, hello there, Despair. Coffee House says, right on time it seems. Indeed you are. Indeed you are. Hello there, Sir Adamantine. Hello, Sir Addy. How's it been? So yeah, we're gonna talk about some stuff also before we start. In the link in the description, there is a donation option if you're willing to, part with some of your money for the show. Go ahead. Some of you have been complaining about why I don't do any monetary stuff, and here you go. Do you really care about that so much? I don't see why, but go ahead if you want. Coffee House says, is everyone insane? Well, unfortunately, there is a bit of truth for that. Everyone's a bit fucking insane. We'll get into that. Thrash friend Brett goes, or whatever, however you pronounce that, goes, hello, Kaz Warfoxo. Michael says, Happy New Year's, Kaz Warfox. Happy New Year's to you too. Happy New Year's to everyone. Hello there, Gage. How's it going, Gage? So this is probably the most interesting stream I can probably make for the start of this year, if I'm going to be honest. It's going to be quite the clusterfuck. And actually some good news, recent good news that just came out probably barely an hour ago, so it's not going to be as depressing as I thought it was going to be, at least I hope not. So let's just get things set up so we can talk about it. Gonna put some rainy jazz in the background, as usual, because I know you guys like that, obviously. It's a chill environment. So, there's been a lot of shit going on this past week with the hashtag #PickAsideYouTube, and I wish to kind of discuss it a little bit. I will be looking into a few things, but I'm not going to really get, super involved in, response videos and shit. There's too much of it, and let's be real, it's crazy. I'm going to get an aneurysm responding to half of these people, so we're going to have a little bit of a gander at the video that Mama Max made, of course. We'll talk about some of the more recent updates with things and the different debates that goes on. So if you're really into having a quote-unquote philosophical conversation about what's going on, this stream will definitely be your jazz. I'm gonna steal your idea for rainy jazz. Go ahead. Go do it. It's good shit. So okay, how do I start this off? Talk about Jack Murphy. I've heard about that recently. I might consider sometime this week or the new coming week to talk about it. So so what's been going on with Mama Max apparently? Well, he's made a video almost a week ago talking about how investigative content is getting absolutely kicked off the platform, which I don't disagree. My personal experiences follow in line with that. Hello, there's Silver's Cyber. The problem with these companies, and we'll get into it further and further into it, is that you're clearly telling you can clearly tell you're just not allowed to critique things. And that's been the essence of his video. Of course, he's used it with not the best wording, as usual, as you would expect. And because of it, people have been losing their minds over it, making several accusations, different concepts, ideas, and screaming about it. And as usual, there's no filter. There's no real debate, per se. It's just crazy amount of screaming. And I figured that since I have some experience on the topic, I might be in a better position to, you know, talk about this stuff. So let's have a small gander at the video that is Mama Max's stuff. I don't know if I'm going to stay too much into it. Actually, hold on, let me see if I can show you the video through the TV room if it stops spazzing out on me today. There we go. Why must every movement end up co-opted? Well, we'll talk about that, but that's a good question that you definitely should be asking. Why does that happen? Good question. We'll have to talk about that in a minute, though.
On November 26, 2021, my good friend Max published a video exposing the colossal pedo ring that is IMVU, where he uncovered one particularly inveterate child predator, known in-game as Pablo Sunny, a pedophile with an extensive history of grooming multiple teenage girls. And to no one's surprise, YouTube tore it down like none of it ever happened. The fickle thing about it, though, is that the video was cut and censored in accordance with the community guidelines, manually reviewed by your staff in order for the family-friendly shell that remained to be available on your platform, even if age-restricted. I myself have personally seen the entire video, and there is not one timestamp you can find that does anything even remotely illicit, especially compared to the categorical obscenities that already plague YouTube. And for what? Because of the bare ass of a virtual character.
Yep, that's how YouTube works. That's absolutely how YouTube works. Absolutely how YouTube works. Anytime you call out this shit, especially if it's extensively, all it takes is one little thing, and there goes your video, and sometimes your channel. I guess Mama Max kind of gets away with it a bit more just because he loses the video, but he doesn't lose his channel. I know friends of mine who are about my sub level at this point who have like done nothing wrong. Instead of like they lose their video, they lose their whole ass channel with no warning. So there's definitely a bit of a thing on YouTube where if you're a small YouTuber, the onus is so on you, it's ridiculous. One little fuck up, and even if you don't fuck up, boom, channel's gone. You don't get a second chance. So that part I agree with. It's really dumb.
Is this a joke? Max documenting this formerly unknown behavior in a 90-minute documentary about the horrors of pedophilia and child sexual abuse in IMVU is somehow sexually gratifying to you? Everything was perfectly fine for the first half-fucking-million people who watched it, but the very second Team YouTube watches it. Interesting. We tried resolving it with you peacefully, but you were unwilling to budge like the apologist you allegedly are. And Max has had enough.
Just fucking kidding.
Okay, let me move it a little bit, cause
create content and yourself, whether it's intentional or not. You endlessly punish those of us who create content in response to injustice, speaking up for victims like children and pursuing the perpetrators like pedophiles. It is volatile, intense, disturbing, upsetting, raw, and real. Because that is the subject matter it is covering, and that is the way it should be covered. As my audience, many of whom are CSA survivors, have instructed me to do. But no matter how vital the video may be to them, you take down our shit and continue to help absolutely no one besides the evil people we are trying to expose. And the survivors continue to scream in agony
agonizing silence. But maybe that's the way you like it. I will let my colleagues take a more measured and balanced approach to this discussion. And despite all of the conflicting personalities you're about to see, you'll notice that there's one thing that does bring us all together. We don't like pedophiles. Something you don't seem to see eye to eye with us on YouTube.
So, from the start of the video, he does start with something pretty inflammatory, at least in certain regards. You know, insinuations like that. Again, I'm not going to really get into that much into it, because if you really want to watch it, you can watch it yourself, obviously. But, let's see, Rizza says, do you think it's more harsh for exposed channels or smaller channels? I would say probably smaller channels. It's very easy for one's voice, who's a small channel, to get, you know, thrown under the rug a little bit. And just never heard from again. It's a lot easier. I can easily tell that there's a lot more leniency on these bigger channels, just because they have a much bigger voice. If you try doing again what YouTube supposedly has been doing to Mama Max, then boom, there you go. You're just going to end up with so many people coming after you, because he has that platform to fight back, which we're going to see more of. But essentially, he starts off with the whole implication, which, I mean, to be fair, it's not necessarily an accusation as other people are making it out to be. There is a sort of indirect problem with YouTube. Just call out several other people. So here's what I think the issue is, because people, when they look at, you know, the hashtag, they go, but oh my god, it's YouTube defending pedophiles, and I don't really think they're directly defending pedophiles. Here's the problem with corporations, right? The problem with corporation. I think the part of it is how it shows the biased human reviewers that are view flagged channels has that the creators contest. Yeah, that's true. Think I could hop on at some point? Already have some issues with the video. LOL. I mean, sure. You feel free to jump on the server if you want. So the issue you have to understand from the perspective of a company is that they don't like addressing serious issues, right? They don't care. We'll get into it more, but yeah, essentially that's where it is. Let's go. Shitstorm. Guys, shitstorm.
I could not agree more, my friends. But I'm worried that all of your wise words will go to waste if no one sees this. So let's all go ahead and forcefully drag everyone down with us, starting with the following people. Susan Wojcicki. Stop fucking lying to us every time you have to give a statement in response to videos like mine. All these broken promises you've made that never come into fruition, all of these incessant changes that no one ever asked for or wanted, take some goddamn accountability. We are so sick of seeing the malicious and deceitful words you and your company repeatedly propagate. Either do something good for this site once in your fruitless life, or step the fuck down. Philip DeFranco. Remember when you and your team ignored us last time during the whole Answer Us PedoTube thing because you were too busy talking about some stupid drama? I know I'm not as famous as you would like, but how—
To be fair, I think the Susan part is kind of fair, because I know Susan has a history of talking to people sometimes and they're just flat out lying. So I get that. Philip DeFranco. I mean, I never liked the guy, so I don't know. Let's see if someone wants to join. We'll put him on. Hello.
Oh, hello. I'm still looking at the stream because it's delayed. You know.
All right, no, it's no problem.
I got to when you paused it. Okay. I mean, the thing I had an issue with at the beginning is, like, he says, well, you know, people who call out this stuff tend to get in more trouble. But it's like, you have to be careful when you talk about this. You're literally talking about, I don't even know what I can say on your stream, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. So
yeah.
Bear Dog, do you already break down what's... Oh, I'm still in the process of doing that, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're literally in the beginning. Wait. Is this the beginning of the video?
Well, we haven't really gone through the whole video. I sort of skipped through a lot of it because.
Oh, I was gonna say, how the fuck did we get here this fast?
Yeah, I skipped. I watched the first bit of the silence part, and then I skipped over to the shitstorm because I think that's where people are more concerned about hearing it. You know.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. But like, I feel like it's not being too transparent. It's like, yeah, you have to walk on eggshells when talking about this. That's no. You can't be reckless when you're talking about this. I don't get what his point is.
Ranter in Shades goes, "Fuck you for being busy." It does come across like that. Oh, it does come. See, the issue with this is that I don't disagree with the shit he has. Some of the shit he has to say. The problem is that he's doing this like this clear like. Let's antagonize these YouTubers.
Yeah, it feels like a little grudge match. Like he has a reason to do what he does. Yeah. I'm not saying he doesn't, but it seems like he's being petty about certain things at the same time.
I think that's pretty fair to say. It does come across that way.
Yeah.
Where it's like the focus should have been on specifically the topic, and then it just goes on about, you know,
Philip DeFranco.
as the saying goes, it's like, after all, like Philip DeFranco's like any other YouTuber, they are free not to talk about something that they personally don't want to.
Oh, like, can you rewind real quick to when he like mentioned? Because like, if he literally just tweeted at Philip DeFranco, and that's like the extent that he tried to contact him, like, how are you gonna get mad at this guy for probably not even seeing your tweet?
Yeah, give me a second.
You have to give me a second too, because there's a delay on the stream.
Well, I'm trying to see if I can, screen share the current recording.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There we go. Oh, it's also Gage wants in, so let me hop him on too.
Welcome, my friend.
Welcome, Gage.
Should
be easier for us to like follow in together. So, Kaz, the other guy's voice is way too loud. Let me go check. Let me go fucking fix the voice thing. Don't worry about it, guys.
Yep. All right. Is it good now?
Should be.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Honestly, Cass, you know what kind of bothers me about that?
What?
Well, Max is right when it comes to like those people from like it's always like drama too. It's like Susan's sitting there, it's like, well, I understand that we have a pedophile issue. Like, we cannot, like, for some reason, if you guys report someone for having like a really malicious behavioral pattern that you've seen time and time again, well, we won't do shit about that. But what we will give you is that we remove the dislike button.
Priority is not being
prioritizing here is like below 0 level.
It's weird because it's inconsistent. They'll like ban R. Kelly, they'll ban Eat That Pussy 445, and these people instantly, but then they'll leave other people like Onision and shit on the site. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Fruitless life or step.
I think it's just mainly because R. Kelly was like a huge star and that scandal blew the way the fuck up. And because CDP had like relatively no following anywhere, it was pretty easy just to like eject him. But when it came to Gerg, who was relatively unknown to the mainstream, that's when it was kind of a little bit more sketchy when it came to trying to figure out how they could handle that particular spinefish.
Yeah.
Franco,
hold on, I want to see this.
Remember when you and your team ignored us last time during the whole Answer Us PedoTube thing because you were too busy talking about some stupid drama? I know I'm not as famous as you would like.
Did he really only just tweet at him? Like, Philip DeFranco has an entire team he can contact. I really don't. Unless they...
Wasn't it like, could you just contact him directly on Twitter and just, like, get in contact with his team and just, like, hash it out through there?
Like, there's people who work with Philip DeFranco that are close to Philip DeFranco. If all you did was a simple tweet, that's, like, I don't know what to say. If you get 100 notifications a day, not to mention they also probably have quality filter, which would probably filter out a tweet that has multiple people being added in.
Hello there, Crazy Clarity, is it call your name? Also, Rancher Shades. It reminds me of a certain group of people that tried gaslighting people for not talking about a certain demon within a particular time frame. Yeah, you got those people who just want to be aggressive about the topic.
Oh, hey, Shades, there you are.
You can tell with the voice changer, he wants to be fucking aggressive.
Wait, is it a voice changer? I guess I shouldn't be surprised if it is.
Bro, if that's not a voice changer, this guy's related to Corpse. Like, holy shit. Holy shit. Like, where did the Agent Deep voices come
this
from?
Time and fucking say something. I know you're on break, so it would mean even more to me for you to actually do something this time around.
He's on break.
Ethan Klein.
Oh god.
I was told you talked to someone at YouTube for me last time. Thank you so much for that.
Oh,
I know
boy.
you're busy dealing with important shit, but I'm gonna ask that you take a minute to speak to YouTube again for me. Privately is fine. Publicly would be better. Follow me back if you want details. Keemstar. You were always my fucking man.
This
when it
seems
comes
really strange. I don't know, this segment just seems really weird.
to this shit.
Yeah, it kind of does.
As a loving father, I know you won't let me down. Scarce. Thanks so much for covering my story last time, brother. I desperately call upon you for help once again. It would mean the world to me. Charlie, I look up to you because you're a good man. You stand up for what's right and speak out in defense of all of us smaller than you. But it is my regret to inform you that your video talking with the CEO of YouTube
Sorry,
has
chat.
aged like milk. So I'm going to kindly ask for your help once again.
What's the guy
Chris
from
Hansen.
Hatred?
Oh no.
People kept telling me not
One
to
thing
talk
I
to
like
you.
though is that him and Charlie actually did talk and they actually came to an understanding.
Yeah, what's he have to say about Chris Hansen? I'm pretty sure this guy's fighting
Oh,
not
no.
going to jail for tax evasion right
But you
now.
were one of the first of us. And although you screwed the fucking pooch, I'm willing to forgive you if you speak up for us. I know
This
you've
man
got
is trying
some
not to go to
connections
jail.
You
that
can totally do yourself, Chris.
ignore. I tried reaching out to you, but you ignored me. So now my audience will do it for me. Shane Dawson, I know you've done a lot of fucked up shit in the past, and you don't really.
Why the
deserve
fuck would he
everyone's
reach out to Shane Dawson?
I've seen the fuck, what was it called? I've seen the little debate that he had with Nicholas Diorio, and so I think he's explained it that he doesn't really give a shit about Shane. He just simply wants to try to convince Shane to put the chill out there.
He needs some sort of mouthpiece to kind of spread the word further.
I think that's even clarified in a recent fucking tweet that he's made. But it's like, it probably still isn't a good look for most people who knows Shane's like fucking shit.
Yeah, I would still
Yeah.
not recommend using Shane for anything except
Like
maybe
as soon as I saw this, and Chris Hansen specifically as well, I was went, oh no, oh
Yeah.
no.
Just like,
like,
why
Max,
are you
I get
reaching
what you're
out
trying to
to
do, but this might not be the best way.
It's like the list is slowly getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
forgiveness.
Like, no options.
But since you're
And
one of the
Sorry,
it's
guys.
just weird. Like, I'm willing to forgive you if you retweet my tweet of me atting you. It's just like, alright, man. Very cool. Nice to know
It
that.
seems kind of like we're reducing it, but okay.
genre, standing up for what's right instead of wasting time on haunted houses would finally make you look good to the public once again. This is
Oh,
your
that's
chance
full of
to
shit. Full of shit for that.
This is your redemption arc, Shane.
That's it.
Even if that was the case, you know for a fact Shane's just gonna fuck it up again.
No, it's just
Yeah.
like you want to look good, cover my stuff. So that's not how hate mobs and shit work. But all right, man.
redeem yourself. Don't squander it. Corpse.
Oh boy.
I know you have nothing to do with this.
Like, I don't mind the fact that he likes to be theatrical, but this kind of
Yeah.
just confuses me a little bit. Like,
Right.
what is this supposed to mean cinematically?
Yeah,
I think it's just like a mounting wall. Like they're trying to essentially, like the wall is crashing down. Like it's basically like YouTube crushing down small motherfuckers.
Oh, fuck corpse. Is he gonna mention Dream next? Like, god damn. Keep going.
Attention.
With all
Dream used your diamond pickaxe in Minecraft to hunt that butterflies.
While you're doing manhunts, YouTube is destroying us. I don't know.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised though. YouTube does have a habit of like axing people like unceremoniously.
power, influence, and the favor you owe me. I just couldn't help myself. So, remember when you reached out after years of not speaking to me while I was at the hospital tending to my sick girlfriend, and you
Is he
kept
mad that
trying
he
to
got
rush me
ghosted?
home to do you a huge favor, and then you threw
Oh.
me under the bus for something you did, and at the same time acted like you were taking full responsibility for it. But I let you do it because I thought you were going to be my friend like you used to be, and then you stopped talking to me immediately after you were done using.
Damn, alright, shit got more personal. Okay.
I noticed how vast majority, look, these texts are all redacted, so I have no idea exactly what that's supposed to be. Is it like a, I don't know.
Might be like personal shit that he doesn't really want to get super into. It would only make sense.
I mean, you already basically went out there. Like, fuck it. Like, literally collab blush face. Like, you already went out there with it, man.
You stopped talking to me immediately after you were done using me.
Hold on, wait. Rewind a bit. Did he leave his sick girlfriend at the hospital to talk to Corpse, or am I reading this wrong?
Apparently,
Corpse tried to force him to do it, but then he kind of... I'm not sure exactly the whole situation, but from what I remember about that, from the blurbs that I've heard, is that Max more or less left for a couple hours to go talk to Corpse, and she was in the care of the hospital, and then when he came back, she was still in the same condition. She was stable and everything, but the whole time he's like almost shitting himself, worried that he's going to get bad news on the way there.
the only thing he stated was apparently he was tending to the fact that something happened, like his girl got sick, and then Corpse kept getting like, I need you to get something for a video done for me. And it was just like a giant shit show between them because a deadline couldn't be met immediately because someone actually had to deal with IRL shit is what...
Like some real personal bullshit was happening.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay, I get it now, yeah.
That's what he's saying. That's all I'm getting from this video is that that's basically their problem with each other, I guess. And then Corpse just ghosted him at some point.
Be my friend like you used to be. And
Collab
then you
blush
stopped
face? I'm sorry, I have
talking
to
to
mention
me
that every time.
immediately after you were done using me. Yeah. So, how about you do me the fucking favor this time and talk about something besides yourself for once?
I mean, I don't disagree, but good luck with like people like Corpse not
Like,
talking
that
about
is a
themselves.
fair point, but like people like that they never do.
People that big on the platform, oh no, they're all about themselves.
At that point, it's all about them stomping on the ants, aka smaller creators.
This is the reason why I laugh at like pedo accusations sometimes, because essentially it's like YouTube's become Hollywood 2.0 in the sense you got these, like these big people.
It's become Me Too online.
Like everyone wants to get a piece of that fame pie and money, and it's like, but the problem with it is like it's all become so established to a point that you got this like bigger class of YouTubers that got all the attention and shit, and they talk about themselves, and you got all the same pitfalls that comes with it, like pedo accusations and whatnot. It's like history repeats itself, like it just in a more fucked up coat of paint, because now we're dealing with bigger YouTubers, I guess. I don't know. I know where I'm going with that.
It will give you a good look. I promise.
More or less trying to appeal to his narcissism.
If I have to start shit with every influencer in this goddamned planet just to make anyone give even a slight fuck, so be it.
I mean, I kind of personally don't disagree with that.
I'd rather have the whole
It
world
might be the
seems
only necessary
petty.
step to make.
hate
It
me
seems
and never
petty,
hear a
but sure.
child's
How
voice
many
being
PNG does this guy download? Holy shit.
silenced again. If anyone
Holy
wants to react to
fuck.
this video, my content is free for you to make as much money off of it in whatever way you wish. I do not give a shit. Bad press, good press. I just want to finally see some justice done for the victims in my videos. So, again, I'm gonna have to upset all of my fellow creators and make a goddamn disaster out of you, YouTube, because you never do anything until we start squeezing your balls. And this is the part where you come in, children. The links are in the description.
This is
I
going to be the
kindly
line.
ask you to come with me to make a fucking mess for the second time.
We're getting
I
there.
want you to pace this bitch until the world is nauseous from looking at it. I want you to drown out every trending topic so that even something like Spider-Man looks like a microscopic speck of dust compared to us. And tonight, YouTube will choose. Let die the pedophiles they love, or suffer the little children. And by the end of the night, I want Twitter to be a shitstorm.
It already is. Call out Twitter too, man.
Like, I understand that, like, he could have just phrased things better. That's the problem. Like, phrasing was the issue there.
No, what I
just
did
comes
love
off
about
as-
that is that people took that seriously when it was actually just a Spider-Man quote he used.
I love how he basically just, he memed
Like,
a Spider-Man quote. Because
That was
it changed
literally what he.
the
Okay,
whole
so
plot.
I saw some people who were trying to say he was making a false accusation out of that. People didn't realize he was literally utilizing a Spider-Man quote for dramatic effect. So that made me laugh because this is like the one part everyone was constantly bitching about. But yeah, I still get it because it's an extreme appeal to emotion. So that I understand. But it's just like he made an accusation. It's like at the end of the video, I'm like, it's a Spider-Man quote. This guy borrows so many quotes from games. He does it from Hotline Miami. He does it with Half-Life 2. G-Man. Like,
I
this
don't
is a
get
lot.
any of them except for
I mean,
G-Man.
the biggest
one,
thing
so
he's
it's
trying to do is just illustrate the point that YouTube does turn a blind eye to a lot of this shit.
I feel like that's his way of making a quote while making it understandable to the audience that this is something from a video game and not to take it that extreme. But I think that was lost on some people. Appeal to emotion. That's exact. Yeah, that is what it is. It is appeal to emotion. There is an aspect of that. At the same time, I still have Max and Corpse. However, I feel like this is a bit of a moment for Max. But I'm not saying he's doing his. Not saying he's doing his the right way to do it, but I understand. Essentially, what you have here is from the you might have to watch it from the interview that he had with Mama Max and Nicholas Diorio. I don't really know if I want to watch through it because it's kind of a cringe fest with how Nick was handling it.
Yeah.
But essentially it boils down to he knows what he's doing is to specifically get the attention he needs so that he believes he can get something done because he's clearly appealing to emotion. The problem you have to recognize is that people gravitate towards extremes more than they do with rationality. So he's going to say shit like that in order for YouTube to listen. And from what I'm here recently, and that's what I'm going to cover right now, I guess it might be working. Strangely enough. So let's go ahead. Hold on, give me a minute. Back to the TV room and.
I don't know. It's more of what I think, but I think the Corpse thing is more like pretty much a Ray moment because I don't think realistically like Corpse is gonna respond unless he did respond, which I would be shocked if he did.
I mean, it does come across as kind of petty, yeah.
Actually, let me look up Corpse's Twitter because if he did respond, I'll shut the fuck up right here.
All right. So for some reason, my the Twitter cam decided to like focus a little too much into the tweet. So apologies, but it's the actual tweet right here. This is from Mama Max, by the way. So let me read it for you. Goodbye, everyone. Heart, says Max with pick aside YouTube. It says, I'm gonna read this. Oh, that's too much. All right.
You could.
I had a phone call with everyone yesterday. We had an unexpectedly successful conversation about pushing the future of the platform in the right direction. I'll be meeting up with a representative in person soon to discuss details and will not stop hounding them until great change have been made to benefit us creators. I want to extend my sincerest gratitude to all of you supporting the word, both positive and negative. I want to apologize to all the creators I dragged into this, except Shane. Fuck him.
Why you pull them in the first place?
I guess not. Let's see. As well as to take the time to gush about all of my colleagues who accepted the invitation to appear in my video. You're all the most amazing and beautiful friends a man can ask for. I thank you all so much for everything. Looks like YouTube takes our side. I can't wait to see what 2020 brings us. I'm going to get off of Twitter now and go back to my hole to make regular content. I wish you all the best, and please stay safe out there. Happy New Year, everybody. So, what I'm getting from this is that apparently, despite all of the shit show that's created, YouTube has apparently started to talk to him. And apparently they are genuinely having a conversation with him about how things are being proceeded. So strangely enough, it worked, I guess.
Oddly enough.
I'm curious how it's going to work, though, because YouTube is run by bots, and realistically, I think that's the only way it could really be run. is because it's such a huge fucking website. And, you know, YouTube already doesn't like pedophiles, so I'm curious on how they're going to handle this.
I honestly don't know myself. I'm kind of a bit more on the whole somewhat, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not trying to discount his work here in this regard. It's more or less just me being cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
Because like everyone else in here, I want good change to happen on YouTube, obviously. Right? I'm sure all of us want. I'm just as tired as everyone else getting our shit censored every 5 minutes of the day because YouTube had an aneurysm about, oh god forbid you made fun of a pedophile this week. Or a dog fucker. Or you talked about some CEO of some rich company turning out to be a chomo or something. Oh no, you know, I'm just as pissed off about it as everyone else is. I want to see something, but I don't really believe that YouTube will really go through entirely. For all I know, they probably could be talking to him, and then they'll make a bunch of more empty promises. A year later happens, and there's nothing. It's the same thing. Maybe they back off for a while, but they'll come back again with some nonsense. It's kind of how YouTube works.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't know how the fuck bots are gonna manage this, because that's literally what the site's run by, is a bunch of fucking bots. So there's, of course, gonna be pedophiles who aren't banned.
Yeah.
I feel like there's probably not enough people who actually like work at YouTube that look at this, because even if you try to have your content peer reviewed, it's most likely gonna be looked at by a peer reviewed bot.
Yeah. It's that, or the fact that even if it's peer reviewed by a human, you kind of have to press X to doubt on it, just because it's you can clearly tell. Yeah, you can clearly tell it's not done in the best way possible. That's just
so that tweet I DM'd you, Nicholas Diorio one, I need to see when that was, because YouTube said that they were working with Mama Max, and they basically told them that they could re-upload it. They just need like parts of the video taken out.
Yeah, I guess that defines exactly like what they want taken out. Like what's the offending content.
Yeah.
Instead of like being incredibly fucking vague about it.
Well, they're vague publicly, but I thought they were vague like in DMs. I mean, you can't really be vague when you're telling someone to take out a specific part of a video.
This is from Nick. If for some reason the TV is still zooming in too much, but it says YouTube responded to Pick a Side YouTube, and spoilers, it's to dispel rumors they love pedophiles. So Slayer goes, still can't believe that YouTube is now a safe place for pedophiles, and then has a bunch of hashtags associated with Pick a Side. YouTube responds with, we have a zero tolerance policy for predatory behavior and do allow content that aims to expose this. We're in direct touch with the creator about the specific segment of the video that contains graphic/explicit scenes that cross the policy line, so the video can be re-uploaded. So that's what they're saying. Take that with as much of a grain of salt as you wish. I'm usually on the boat of not trusting a single word what a corpo says until they actually do something. So
didn't Max himself, like in the beginning, before you skipped everything, say that his video was taken down because of a black man's ass?
Yeah. It's a virtual black man character's ass was like bare and showing, but it's nothing specifically explicit per se, because it's literally just an animated character with no detail to it.
Cass.
Yeah?
Now a word from our sponsor.
Oh god.
Here comes the part where this stream gets 27 fucking ads in it, like all the videos. Suck on that, you poor bastards in chat.
Shadow nonce.
No, gee.
Get two unskippable.
Have like Lance dressed up in his Eevee costume, running around a 2D landscape.
Two unskippable ads, and then immediately thrown into a sponsor, and then another mid-roll ad.
Let's see. Nomad says YouTube is not interested in the opinions of creators who disagree with leftist agenda, and the pedo part is that agenda and growing importance to them. I say they just don't care in general.
They're entirely indifferent to consequence, unless the consequence actually means they might have to pay through the nose with some coin.
They will They will only pick every side if they believe it's convenient to them.
Yeah,
so
I was about to say that. I don't think it's leftist agenda. I think it's whoever's given the money and whoever's a threat to their money. I don't think they really care about politics, policy, or what you're saying in general. They just care if you're a danger to their money or if you're going to give them more money.
it's more like in any situation with a company, if you ever end up working for a corpo industry of any form, you will always realize a sort of uncomfortable truth about them is that they have all these protections, all these things in there, but it's always just to say that they care, when in actuality, it just means the onus is on you legally for anything to happen. For example, I'm going to pick on Amazon here. So, for anyone who knows anything about Amazon, it's a shit show over there, especially if you go to warehouse jobs over there. It's really awful working conditions to a point where people are known for having a lot of severe mental problems as well due to it. So how they supposedly fix the issue is that they make little booths in the facilities where people go in there to get like nothing but like 15 minutes of corporate propaganda about psychological stuff and then throw them back into their shitty jobs again so they can scream into the void in their secluded room. You see how stupid that is? Like,
yeah,
that's what we're dealing with. We're not dealing with anything other than corporos that just think, hey, I want money. I don't give a fuck about my workers. Because that's what we are at the end of the day, content creators. We're just worker bees for stupid shit. And we're extremely replaceable. You take out one channel, it gets replaced by 2 other dumb fucks who just wanna be content creators because they feel enticed with the dream of being one. You know?
Pretty much. I doubt YouTube would take out their biggest content creators like how Twitch does, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Well, I mean, I still doubt that. Like, you have to light a fire under YouTube's ass suck nuts in order for them to even consider listening. Yeah, unfortunately.
What you gotta do is like threaten their money. That's the whole point of a business is for them to get money. And if you threaten their money, then they'll start listening.
Yeah, that's probably why they listen to it anyway, because it's like, oh yeah, we could literally just, they're like, oh no, adpocalypse, let's stop it before it happens.
Yeah.
At least that's what it seems like to me anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. And like I said to you earlier, now that YouTube actually has competition, say like people could go to Twitch, they could go TikTok, and advertisers can also do the same. Advertisers could go TikTok rather than YouTube. No, I feel like YouTube actually has a threat now. They actually need to listen.
Yeah. That's at least how I see it, is that I don't necessarily disagree with Max, but I can kind of see why people would get mad at the tactics because it's very clear trying to drum up the emotions. That's unfortunately something that will work just because the truth of the situation is people are swayed by emotion more than thought, and that's just how people are in general.
But do you think it's a good idea in general to go public with this entire thing when he apparently had contacts before, say like Keemstar shit, that have helped them out before? And
probably not. No, probably not, because now at that point it's become a game where even if YouTube dispels the rumor, you'll have a bunch of people who just think that, you know, that's a serious statement and it's true, and YouTube loves pedophiles. They just want to suck the pedophile teat.
Yeah, it's not only that, but it's like he's saying I'm doing this for my fellow content creators. That could literally cause another apocalypse and made people go homeless.
Oh, here's a way you can actually help content creators with that position, and just don't take it the wrong way, people, when I say this, right? He's a big boy with a big platform. If you really want to support smaller creators such as myself, why don't you just start talking to smaller creators, and if they prove to be like good enough, why not shill out and support their content so more people know them, especially if they're being censored by YouTube. See, the problem is if you really want to bite back against YouTube, a good way to always start is by making a more community effort to support people who are getting censored by YouTube. You know, that's at least how I see it. I've seen it with many other groups who faced it, like politics and, you know, news channels. Like, their entire thing of survival nowadays is like, hey, if YouTube takes one of us down and it's someone who's actually meets our standards, we're going to support them. We don't care if they're small. We don't care if they're big, right?
Yeah.
Like, at least that was the people I used to associate with, is that you help create a strong community around this shit so that when YouTube does shit like this, not only is it documented and it could be called out, but also you can help get people back on their feet or support them to be bigger than before. Give them a chance. Give them something that YouTube has never given them in the first place, which is a chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I mean, yeah, I kind of agree. I just think, like, that problem is still gonna exist on YouTube, and
Yeah.
it needs, you need to get to the root of the problem if you really don't want it to really exist anymore.
Yeah, of course. Hello there, Churish, Kaz, Yoda, Hatfield, Addy. Yeah, hello.
Yoda, hold up. I can't do it, dude. But fucking voice is raspy. I can do a good ass Yoda impression.
But yeah, no, in my eyes anyway, if content creation, if the survival of a content creator is concerning, you as a community thing, I think the effort should be, hey, let's go and support the channels affected, and like, I think that also helps. It's kind of screaming about it to YouTube doesn't change it because YouTube is stubborn. I mean, they've made it pretty clear they're not gonna listen to us when it comes to when it comes to dislikes at this point.
Yeah.
So, like, what we're supposed to do with that?
Yeah, I mean, they can just call it harassment and then have a field day. That's kind of what they've been doing, is saying it's harassment, and that's it.
Yeah, no, like every conversation I've seen from YouTube's end, it has been that if you try to make change with YouTube, right?
Yeah.
If you try to put a fire under their ass, they'll just make excuses to not listen. Like, for example, everyone got mad at dislikes, but dislikes are still a thing now, and like, there's nothing we can do to stop it.
Yeah.
They just don't care.
Yeah. I mean,
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, dude.
I don't know. I was gonna go to the like how he handled the type of thing. Jump back there real quick.
Sure.
Like, it may have worked, but I do have a feeling that, like, the hashtag is still there. People are still using it. Anyone like Washington Post, I don't know who made the original article that made the apocalypse back in, like, I think 2016. But what I'm saying is these big publishers can still pick this story up, and YouTube can still face that apocalypse, and people who use YouTube reliably as a job are gonna have to rely on sponsors a lot more and shell out a lot more, and that might not even help them meet their like quota that they need for rent and shit.
Yeah, it definitely comes across that. I've sort of noticed that from a lot of people who got mad about it. It definitely seemed like the motivation was in every like, there was a lot of commentary channels that I see got mad about it, and a lot of it really just harkens to like, well, I'm mad because the adpocalypse and like money and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I kind of figured that was going to happen because, anytime stuff like this. Now, I will say this because I keep hearing about Matt Watson being compared. I don't think Mama Max and Matt Watson are similar at all.
Who the fuck is Matt Watson?
He's the guy who did the call out on YouTube, supposedly like supporting pedophile.
I know. Yeah, I know who the fuck you're talking about.
Matt Watts, not Watson.
Wasn't that guy full of shit, or am I thinking of someone else?
He's never proven his case at all about whether or not that was actually what happened. The problem with this was it was predicated on something that wasn't clarified. I would say in Mama Max's case, he talks about some genuinely real shit, so I don't think that's really comparable. Like, there is a problem, but the issue is the tactics.
I know what you're talking about with Matt Watson. Yeah, I'm on the opinion that guy's full of shit.
Yeah, Matt Watson. Yeah. No, I don't disagree with it at all. I've like, Matt Watts is full of shit. As for Mama Max, though, no, he does talk about some real, actual shit. It's just his tactics are a bit half-assed, and that's something I've always noticed about people. Platform. Apparently, no one reads a book from like, I don't know, Sun Tzu, Art of War or something. Just maybe learn your tactics a bit.
Yeah.
God, fuck. Like, especially if you're a big content creator, the onus is on you to be careful of what the fuck you're doing. A little bit of tact goes a long way. I don't understand why people don't get this concept.
Like, if you're talking about these sensitive ass topics, even, I don't want to say if it doesn't violate community guidelines, but the thing is, like, you just have to be really careful. You're literally stepping on hot coals.
Yeah.
Like, you're stepping on risk in a risky area. It's not risky because YouTube doesn't like it. It's risky because the topic itself can literally break community guidelines. It's not like these community guidelines were made to, like, welcome. It's not like these community guidelines were made to protect this type of stuff, too.
No, it's more like the fact that because of how flawed the system is, it's very easy for said predators to use it against you.
Yeah.
I've seen that from experience. Yeah. Also, hello there, Minuteman and Dan. How you guys doing?
Doing well, sir. How are you?
I am doing pretty well. I figured you guys got some opinions. Let's have it. Switch
Ooh.
on the table.
Nat, you want to go first?
Yeah, other than feeling pretty smug, I got my first ever death threat.
Damn.
Yeah, so this guy, this miserable little weasel that we're currently discussing,
Okay.
I think he had an axe to grind and decided to go at him with the wrong video. I mean, why go after somebody if they're trying to protect kids? He could have gone at any other time, but he had to choose this one. Not a good look.
Okay. What about you, Dan? What do you have to say?
Well, I can honestly say this doesn't surprise me. YouTube's been like this for a long time. They haven't done anything to, like, improve their site. And I know people are going to say, well, why are you guys on YouTube then? Why are you complaining about it? Here's the thing, though. YouTube is a place for our livelihood. We kind of needed to express ourselves, and we're asking YouTube to, fix your shit. And people say, well, why don't you go to another video site? Thing is, some people...
Twitch would see my shit if I talk about pedophiles on the website and go, nope.
I was gonna say, all you have to say, the only other place is Twitch. I'll get banned on that, and TikTok, which you'll probably also get banned on that. So,
yeah,
hello.
Twitch. I mean, y'all saw what happened with Blip.
I don't know what Blip is. My bad. I'm uneducated on a lot of people.
Okay, well, I'll explain. Blip was some place where a lot of content creators went to as a substitute for YouTube. However, that being said, it did not go well, and Blip shut down.
Blip went blip and went gone.
So,
Blip gone. Sorry.
See, do you think some of these predator poachers are exposing pedophiles solely only for clout, like Chet Goldstein? Oh, it depends on specifically the person, because, I'm kind of biased in this regard. I personally believe that there's people who genuinely do this for good reasons, because, I and certain people do, or want to at least try.
Yeah.
But you can't deny there are a lot of people like Chet Goldstein's involved in stuff like this who only genuinely care about clout and money. So
the thing is, I personally don't care as long as they don't fuck it up. Like, you can have bad intentions, that's fine, just don't fuck up the case.
Yeah, I tend to personally think I don't give a fuck if people make money or views or attention out of stuff like this, as long as they are giving people what they actually want. And the problem is when you got people like Chet Goldstein in, it's clearly obvious that that's not really the business relationship he's made with his audience. He doesn't really care.
Like, I wouldn't care if Chet was clout chasing, if he was just careful and actually got EDP in legal trouble, but he was more interested in making, like, 500-pound life jokes and shit like that, and just fucked up the
Wasn't he
entire
the same
thing,
guy that tried to get a bunch of said pedophiles in a boxing ring?
Dude, I only know about... That was hilarious.
Wait, are we talking about Chet Goldstein or Vince McMahon?
Chet Goldstein.
Vince McMahon said he wanted pedophiles in the boxing ring?
Yeah, something like that.
I know, that was I was about to say, like, he doesn't want a platform, he wants a circus.
Yeah, that's exactly the issue. Is like, you clearly can tell there's some mental problems with that dude.
Yeah. But you mentioned Vince McMahon. I'm convinced he could legit buy all these pedophiles and actually make them fight in the ring. He lives in his own world. Like, no one could tell that man no.
Hey, why not?
Even internet cloud chasing, and who cares? That is a good question. Because I get called. The funny thing is, I get called clout chaser too for the content I make. Honestly, I don't really care. Like, I know people are like, well, like, was it something like, oh, Mama Max shouldn't monetize his content and see how much his, like, standards apply? I'm just like, and it's kind of funny because the same person who said that had monetization on their entire fucking video. They were like, banking off of views talking about this. So it's like, I honestly think that's kind of dumb. I don't care if Mama Max makes money.
Clout chasing with what intentions? Because you can have alternate intentions. Like, I'm clout chasing because I want to make money off of streaming or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, clout chasing isn't wrong. Hey, I want to pay my bills, so I'm going to clout chase for a little bit so I can get attention and money. That's not really wrong.
Which, by the way, anyone who cares, there's a donation option in the description of the video.
What?
But yeah, I would say YouTube has gone down on a. I'd say YouTube has gone downhill for a long time now.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, we've been Stockholmed with it.
Yeah, Dan, I'm curious because, like, I asked a lot of people this. What do you think YouTube could have done to, like, not fuck up so much? Say, like, in 2016 during its first apocalypse.
I would say, look at what's going on would be a good start, and at least think.
Oh, I think
It's
that's a
like-
good start. No, this is a good start right here, actually. It's called actually communicating with your fucking audience and your content creators.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was also, if you ever see anything on Twitter that YouTube tries to, like, bring something new, you can see the negative responses on me automatically, but I feel like YouTube's like, la 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 la. I don't know who's operating it, probably Susan herself, but it's like, I don't know, when people parody you and your company, you have to put two and two together and realize, maybe what I'm doing is not right.
Let's see, for example, someone says, for me personally, Coffee House Dialogue goes, for me personally, I don't make anywhere near the sort of money to make YouTube full-time anyway, so transitioning to an alternative platform would not pose an issue for me personally. Well, okay, so think of it like this, right? I personally don't give a fuck either. The way the internet has gone at this point, there's a lot of ways you can make money off of something without having to necessarily be reliant on advertisements per se. The problem with advertisements is they don't really pay much anyway, even if you're on a good day. So I don't really see why it's the biggest deal in the world per se.
Yeah.
I honestly wonder if the people are just afraid because they are concerned with something else. Personally, I honestly think the only reason Mama Max is being talked to right now is I guarantee you, and this is just what I think, that I guarantee you, in my personal opinion, that Google probably had a talk with YouTube and said, fix your shit or else.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, Google has had their own share of shit, so I wouldn't hold my breath on Google because they're not really, they're a pretty
Not as
corrupt
bad as
company
YouTube, I
themselves,
think.
but it's like,
Yeah, but I don't think
I-
Google's getting as much hate as YouTube. Like, I'm pretty sure you can find a lot more.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so much hate. I would say they're more of a corrupt more corrupt than.
Yeah, but, like, they're not going to change or fix corruption unless it's brought to light.
Yeah,
That's the
says,
thing.
what is ironic that realistically, I'm sure most advertisers would endorse pedo-hunting content as proof that TCA... Well, actually, they already do. It's called mainstream media. Have you ever seen mainstream media talk about pedophiles every single
TCAP?
day? Yeah, TCAP.
Oh, okay.
So, I honestly, we're already at that point where, like, corporations can make money talk about this shit every single day. Like, the whole pedo shit is basically their bread and butter, so is war crimes. So, no, they make money out of it. Why not content creators? That's at least how I see it. Double standard needs to fuck off as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Let's see. I feel like you can... Harley Quinn Happy Hour says, I feel like you can do your thing and make money, etc. without cloud chasing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I find these creators to do more interesting things anyhow. Well, true.
Yeah, I mean,
Go far with it.
true. But the thing is, for a lot of people that cloud chase, they might be doing it for the intention of getting money, is like what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it might be easier to just make a buzz video, say, like, I stand with the wrong side of YouTube to get views and clout chase and money.
Well, Sunflower says, honestly, I don't think creators shouldn't rely on their fans so much for supporting their lifestyle because the fans don't actually own them and own them that, and YouTube isn't even a stable job. Exactly. It's not.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is, like, another apocalypse. It's just like that. All that stuff is already gone pretty much instantly. But
Yeah,
people who
corporation-
rely on their subs are stupid because people are going to stop watching you. They're going to get bored of your shit or just move on with life. And that tends to happen a lot.
Yeah. It's very few people get to actually keep a loyal audience for too long. Unless you really got something people actually want that, yeah. There's usually a time limit for that. It says, yeah, I would definitely say I'm Stockholm to it once I swore that YouTube wanted to change my name to my real name and I would quit, and still here I am. Well, see, the problem with this is that essentially our relationship with YouTube, as the perspective content creator, we're like the abusive housewife. Like, sure, we kind of technically have options. We have no idea how we're gonna pan out with that for our lives, so we just kind of bear and grin it. You know, anytime the cops start asking, we said, "I'm sorry, sir. I tripped. It's nothing." You know, things like that. That's kind of how YouTube works, and YouTube knows that, which is why they can do almost anything they want and get fucked over. The only reason I think they care now is because I think Google is pissed with them, by extension Alphabet, because this looks bad, and if it's not like fixed soon, there's a good chance that industries are going to start saying headlines, YouTube supports pedo ring, you know, things like that.
Imagine that shit blowing up on their competitors like TikTok. Like TikTok's now the popular TikToks on there is about YouTube supporting pedophilia. Google would kill them. Like TikTok passed Google recently on like internet traffic.
That's kind of sad.
Oof.
Hey, it's pretty funny. But I'm biased. I'm completely biased.
Well, to be fair, I'll give Sundar Pichai some credit. At least he has standards, considering he's a father himself. For those who don't know, Sundar Pichai is the CEO of Google.
Yeah. Someone else said something in your chat.
Well, Susan gave the middle finger to Chris Hansen when he was asking around about Onision, and now she's made to care because Google's pissed.
It's so weird. I don't get why they don't ban him. Like, it's not just the shit that he's done. It's the fact that everything he's done was on YouTube. Like, It wasn't on. It was on YouTube. Like, fuck.
Let's see. Says Bear Dog says making a career on YouTube was easy 10+ years ago. It was fucking hard now unless you're a content farm. Yeah, pretty much. I've sort of noticed that myself, where it's like the channel does well when it starts being consistent, but the first minute you're not at all, YouTube will actively throw the shit out of you.
Yeah, definitely.
They make that very clear. They want you to content farm. They don't give a fuck.
my friend used to get like 3,000 views per video, and because I took a week off, now it's like 300.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that bad. I was just like, damn.
Yeah, they want you to work to the bone. That they literally do. Some suggestions on other content creators to make money if you want to have other skills, use it in conjunction with your videos, such as story writing, and use it as a complement to your... I already do that when I actually bother to make videos, if I'm going to be honest. I'm perfectionist with my videos, like, to an extreme degree. So I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, when it comes to videos nowadays, or just trying to be unique, you have to kind of put a bit of work into it. Your sound dead, says Reader of Pain. Well, I haven't slept too much today, so yeah, I am kind of dead.
Yeah, his sound card caught on fire. Fuck.
No.
Same here. I woke up at like 2, which is like only like 4 hours of sleep, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, our sound's fine.
I'm happy to tip artists, for instance. Someone has a street corner playing and they're talented and they show hard work. I'll tip them. I view YouTube as the same. Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. You support someone's talent by giving them a few tips. Which, by the way, link to the description. I'm gonna ham into it because I'm sure someone's gonna call me a cloud chaser. I'm just gonna ham into it now because it's funny.
Someone said people should use YouTube as a hobby rather than career option. I mean,
what I'm doing.
I agree, but the thing is, a lot of companies were made on YouTube basically when YouTube was actually paying out and shit. Like, people have legit made like actual companies, actual functional shit.
I'm gonna be honest too about that. Let's say if what happens if like this channel, for example, blows the fuck up, right? Like overnight.
Yeah.
I still would consider it most of like a side business at best. So it's not like I'm gonna go and start like slaving away for YouTube that way.
I feel so bad for all the people who like made YouTube a full-time job before the adpocalypse. They must fucking.
They're probably like, oh shit, here we go again.
There are people who quit. There are people who quit NASA jobs for fucking full-time YouTube careers. I'm just like, wow, that. Yeah, I'm just like, wow, fuck, you're dumb.
Fucking NASA jobs, and then you trade it for fucking YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I'll give Joji that. At least he traded YouTube for a music career.
Yeah, at a good time too. Like
Yeah.
he hopped out at a good time. Sorry, go ahead.
Another. I would also say I think Anthony made the best decision to not go further with Smosh, considering how much Smosh got fucked over. Say what you want about Smosh, but I think if you give Anthony I think Anthony made the right decision just leaving Smosh and starting his own thing.
Yeah. It's no matter what, you're always going to be YouTube's bitch. That's exactly how this works. Yeah.
Yeah, message retracted. All right, cool.
I honestly don't.
Well, joke's on you, YouTube. I'm not going for your monetization.
Basically, it boils down to this, right? I think the most irritating aspect for YouTube as well is their willingness to lie. For example, when the whole dislike thing, they obviously made someone a proxy and then flat out lied about protecting creators with the dislike removal. And you can tell that. And the funny thing, it's not even about the content creators. They're lying to you, the real lifeblood of the website, which is the audience that watches our content and by extension gives us the ad revenue for both YouTube and the content creator to make money. And that's fucking ridiculous because like no channel is without their audience, of course. That's the point. And the fact that YouTube will lie to the real lifeblood of their shit is ridiculous to me. It's fucking wow. That's how it is. So if YouTube wants to do good change, I want to see some fucking proof. I want to see some actually do some shit, Susan. Do it. Prove it.
Bitch.
Let's see. YouTube isn't a good career anymore unless you're willing to severely sell out for compromise your morals. Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, look what happened to Mini Lad and Onision.
I mean,
also,
what do you mean by compromise?
Compromise your morals. Like if your morals were to be against selling out, then you know.
If my morals are against me getting more money, who the fuck has those morals? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So, no, Man, anytime you should refer to Susan as a bitch, you don't say a bitch, you say a horse-faced bitch.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm feeling off today. Comforting slut-faced bitch.
People have sold out and still aren't PewDiePie. Are you saying like they aren't mega rich? Like,
yeah.
Was it flying over my head?
You can do practically anything to grow on YouTube, and it still doesn't guarantee whether you have like Markiplier levels of fame for that selling out you did.
I mean, you have to play the game properly. Like, look what James Rolfe did.
Like, you have to, these days, if you want to blow up on YouTube, you have to touch the algorithm. And that's basically keep making videos on trends until one blows up, and hope you have an audience that likes you after.
Yep.
That's pretty much how it is. Unless you have like a friend with a bunch of subscribers.
It's literally a constant game of just constantly making content and keep growing on whatever niche you're a part of.
Yeah.
Whatever that niche is. And then if you're good at one niche, it's really hard to move over to another one. So you're kind of just stuck in that niche. Either way. Unless it's like something that molds over. For example, whenever I'm really bored at talking about pedophiles, I just move on to talk about lolcows for a bit and come back. Because it's still the same territory. Because you know, usually lolcows tend to be pedophiles anyway. It's a weird thing.
I like being consistent without being boring.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that. Bear Dog said you have to have money and corporate backing to do anything on YouTube now. They made it that way on purpose. If you mean corporate backing by like sponsorships, YouTube does not get like any money from like a personal sponsorship that somebody has.
Yeah, what Cass said, yeah. Chubby Emu didn't sell. I don't even know who that is. He says, still Mexican guys, we need to expose the real problem. Dream. He's an evil man.
He's an evil man.
He's an evil man.
He said cracker. He's evil.
Yeah, we already finished Max's video for a while. I just wasn't really going to go that far into it. And also because most of the video, when it showed other people's opinions on the situation, I did not disagree with. So there was like not much I was going to do with it. I don't disagree with Max in his speeches. I disagree with some of the tactics is all.
The algorithm? Fuck, I don't even know what the algorithm... I feel like the algorithm doesn't even know what the algorithm is.
The algorithm is still too busy having a midlife crisis.
Yeah, it doesn't know what the fuck to recommend me. I keep getting alt-right content, even though I don't watch that stuff.
Yeah. I might make I might make a video regarding YouTube itself, just from how my own experience. And no, Susan, I'm not giving you a dime. Screw off.
I mean, she'll find a way. Don't worry.
Cunt.
She'll break into your house.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna call it an evening. Take care, fellas, and feel free to stop by anytime to chat up.
All right.
See you later.
Yeah. Hey guys.
I can't fucking take this bear dog. You keep having these dog shit takes. What the fuck do you mean you need a haircut?
Hey, Cass, do you want to hear the latest from my war with Casey?
Sure.
Casey?
Killer Creed.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I was trolling him that badly, decided to say to another guy, if I ever see him in real life, he'll never breathe again. And so I said that your heart would burst just from getting out of your chair.
Yeah.
And and later, when somebody asked for his IRL face, I just sent him one of his own his latest video.
Yeah. So your thoughts on Jack Murphy? I'm actually hearing about it recently. I figured that since it's a pretty overarching topic, I'll have to make my own stream or video on it, because I don't know too much, but the things I've heard about it is pretty suspect. Yes, I need to stop saying the word sus. Just suspect. That game has ruined my fucking vocabulary.
Listen,
God.
vocabulary is way better. Sus, L, W, like all this stuff. Like, instead of just saying, man, that's ass, or man, you lost, you just say L.
I'll definitely talk about it, especially if people pay me tips on it. It'll be a guarantee. I promise. It'll be as simple as $5 to say, Kaz, talk about it. I'll be like, okay, I'll talk about it. I'll set up a stream for it sometime.
Alright, I called it evening. I just want to celebrate my first death threat.
Oh, wait, your first death threat was on the 1st of this year. Great start to the year. Really shows the future.
I'm number one.
Alright, see you later, Minuteman.
I'll start the year with some death threats, baby.
So, yeah, I've heard about him. I'll definitely talk about him in due time. Most certainly. I've heard bits and pieces. Didn't Medicare cover it? Anyway? Talk about why Medicare sucks now?
I feel like your stream didn't even catch up yet. They just typed that.
I don't know. I'm actually kind of happy to see him come back and actually talk about stuff. You know, where it's an actual specific topic.
I've never watched Medicare, so I don't know, like, shit. Like, I'm so uncultured in this chat right now.
You're just dealing with people who come from a very interesting side of YouTube, where just lots of edgy shit back in the day type of thing.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You can tell, like, the fact, talk about people long ago in the past that their content was good because we laughed at some of the most stupid, fucked up jokes for the sake of it, type of thing.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. I'm just sitting in here whenever someone mentions a name, I'm like, who's that? Who? Wait, what'd they do?
But yeah, I'll definitely look into Jack Murphy, especially if someone said, hey, $5 donation, go talk about it, bitch. I'll be like, sure, I'll do it.
Someone donate to him. I can't, I'm broke. Fucking rent month, so I have nothing.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I can't pay for shit this month either.
Started off the year broke, just like last year.
Just like last year and the year to come, master.
Except for this year, I could get 3 different types of viruses, so we have variety.
Variety of how I'm going to fucking die.
Yeah. Talk about me.
Ashamed of being doing porn and filming cuck videos. Well, that's part of it. That's part of it.
Of doing cuck videos? I mean...
He's one of those type of guys that people pay for to go like, I'm going to teach you how to be an alpha male.
I need to see this now.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to look into it. It's fucking hilarious.
That makes me think of like the Chicago training guy. I'm so happy you know who I'm talking about.
So, anyway, somewhat back on topic just for a bit because I really don't think this whole drama needs like 2 hours anyway.
Yeah.
It's really comes down to just corporations don't want to acknowledge reality because that's not their mission statement and that's not how they get paid. They don't care. So if really push comes down to shove, I do agree with the idea that YouTube needs to change because of the way it is right now. It's definitely on some type of death spiral. If it's getting outmatched by TikTok and to an extent Twitch when it comes to streaming-ish, I can kind of see where there's concerns for YouTube's future. I know why they're focusing on streaming. Obviously, it's a competition with Twitch. But the whole thing is I don't really think they directly support pedophiles per se. But they do indirectly, by their apathy and generally not having a good system that's very abusable, it does give these pedophiles an avenue to get away with shit, which is basically taking down their opponents.
They do also. Well, as a business, they of course support money, because as a business, you can lose a lot of sponsors, you can lose a lot of backing from other corporations if you come out and say, yeah, we have a problem with banning people who expose pedophiles.
Yeah.
Or shit like that. And it's much better if they, I'm talking money-wise here, okay? It's much better if they were to just ignore the problem. If they wanted to make as much money and not potentially have another apocalypse. But because it kept blowing up so much and the biggest creators talked about it, and TikTok recently bypassed Google, I think they needed to address it, because if they didn't, it would have actually gone way worse.
Yeah. I would say so.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm now hearing rumors that EDP5 is homeless or in jail. I've heard about what's been going on with him when he
This is literally your top recommended video next to the Mama Max video.
Yeah, it is. It is. Where it's just I'm hearing him eating fucking shit from a garbage can. I'm just yeah, he's getting exactly what he fucking deserves, so I don't care.
Yeah.
I guess it sucks that the cops can't throw his ass immediately in jail at the time, but firstly, I mean, I'm a very vengeful motherfucker. There's a point where I just don't care. If they're getting a fate worse than death, it's well fucking deserved.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is they're still in public, which is why people rather him be in jail, because he's still kind of just walking around. I don't know about him getting arrested. I literally hear that every week. It's literally every week a new video, EDP is arrested, and turns out they're saying he might get arrested.
Yeah, I've noticed that, some people do definitely complain about the fact that they're not getting money by calling out pedophiles or something, and honestly,
I don't expect that.
I mean, I expect it in general, so I don't really care if that's their complaint, because it's yeah, that's gay. I mean, you got people on Twitter making very suspect pornography all the time. It probably doesn't help that my boyfriend's been getting into a security breach from FNAF, and everyone keeps making Vanessa from the character in that game a total nonce towards Gregory.
Oh.
And it at that point I'm in my opinion, if people can make porn of that shit and then make money off of it, I think people are fine with making content exposing predators. I don't really care.
This is a key example of the different communities we're in. For me, it's people just making porn of the Roxy Fox character. Yeah. I didn't even know there was Gregory porn existed until you mentioned it, and now I want to die.
And there's a reason I don't open up Twitter, because anytime that happens, there's a chance I'll see shit I don't like, and I fucking hate Twitter. So there you go.
Yeah.
Fuck Twitter. It's like Tumblr 2.0, but somehow 10 times worse. And I just don't understand how, because there was a lot of fucked up shit on Tumblr, but nope, apparently we just have to make it worse on Twitter.
There's no way EDP tried to work at Chuck E. Cheese. No. There's no fucking way.
Is it like a Chuck E. Cheese animatronic going, don't eat your pussy?
Maybe where he's not seen in public, maybe a night shift there, but there's no way he was working during the day with other people.
I swear to God, that has to be a joke. This feels like Ross 2.0 when he was working at fucking an elementary despite being exposed publicly and in his life as a pedophile. What the fuck?
It's like there's just no way, man. That's all he says. No way. Fuck.
God, I hope not. God, it's like Ross 2.0. God, like, what's next? He works at an elementary at one point.
He works as a janitor in a fucking elementary school where everyone will notice him.
He works at an orphanage. Oh God.
Oh, bad life choices 101 EDP.
Oh, money,
The
money,
before,
money.
after, and current.
Girls and wheelchairs.
Sexy wheelchair girls. I like your community.
What is
I enjoy it.
Oh, if it exists, there's porn of it. That is true. He's from Bakersfield, dude. I love it there. I wouldn't be surprised if EDP worked at Chuck E. Cheese. You know, honestly, now that you brought up Bakersfield, yeah, I'm kind of not surprised.
I don't know shit about Baker's. What is it, like a million Chuck E. Cheeses there?
Well, no, it's more like it's a degenerate shithole of California.
Oh, it's part of California. That's all you had to say.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all you had to say. Say less.
It's in California. That's all you need to know. It's okay, little Timmy. I'll be your daddy's rear field.
Oh,
that's the last thing I need to imagine is just EDP saying that in the Chuck E. Cheese at night.
well, the thing is, he might be a pedo, but as he once said, he's not gay. So, Timmy is out of the question.
Is out of the question. Oh
okay,
my
little
God.
Jessica.
Oh my fucking God.
Oh.
Twitter's now run by people who's worse than SJW than Jack Dorsey, wherever it was. Yeah, wasn't it that he got replaced by someone a lot crazier?
I don't even think Jack was SJW. He straight up said he thinks Nazis should be on the website, which, think what you want to think, but I don't think a SJW would say that.
I guess not. No.
Yeah, so the person who hangs around SJWs, I don't think SJWs are okay with Nazis.
Nah, I usually don't care for the political bent of things, just because it's like, yeah, I don't think these social medias actually care about the politics.
Especially Twitter. Twitter, like, it literally bans you if you just say certain words.
Yeah.
Like, it's run by bots, and I don't think anyone gives a shit.
Yeah,
anyone working, like, that's higher up does not give a shit.
So,
they banned a fucking president.
Yeah, they did. So it really comes down to the fact that these companies will not acknowledge these things, and they prefer it to be that way. Now, I also personally think it really comes down to the fact that, let's say, there was a pedo bust by a YouTuber, right?
Yeah.
It's getting a lot of traction, and it turns out it was like someone very powerful within certain industries that YouTube works with. You can kind of see where like YouTube will lose their shit, because that's also something they want to avoid. Because at that point, it would be like the videos on their platform. This guy's angry. This guy wants to do what that lawyer did, the predator poachers, and just terminate it with lawsuits and shit and an army of lawyers. That's exactly the problem with this shit, is that YouTube is in service to these big corporations, because if push comes to shove, they will fuck you up. They will come at you with an army of lawyers. It will be like your house is being invaded by lawyers, like it's fucking D-Days without the gun. Guns and shit, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Exactly.
They don't... that's what they really want to avoid as well. They don't want to end up in court with shit like this.
If you want a unique platform that isn't out just to get money, you should go to Twitch. They'll ban the biggest people on there for talking about food brands.
Yeah. What's wrong? I share the word cracker, and I'm white as shit. I'm whiter than bread.
Twitch is the most confusing thing. It'll make every move to not make money. Like, that's Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch is literally a website where a guy whiter than snow gets fucking terminated off the platform because he said cracker.
Exactly. It's crazy. Didn't the new CEO of Twitter just, like, get hired? I don't even know what he's done yet. I'm pretty sure he just got in, like, on the 25th.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea. There's like no severe updates I can tell from that. I haven't really looked into it yet. I just hear, oh, we're fucked. The guy's worse, and I don't know. I'll have to look into it.
My fucking friend, he sent me an article, and the article's title was "He's worse than Jack Dorsey and possibly Indian." That's the most racist thing I've seen. It was funny as shit, though.
See, yeah, it's so really it comes down to that fact that corporations will do anything to protect themselves. That's all they really care about. If these guys want to help kind of fix the problem, I think a better, more proactive approach is to be a lot more open to talking to people and being like, hey, supporting people when they're getting unfairly terminated by YouTube is like for the YouTube side. But for the more real shit, I'm gonna have to disagree with it because you're gonna have to find other things, than what we're currently doing. For now, if it works for Max, it works for Max. That's all I can really say. I think. I hope something does. Can't really say. I'm gonna hold my breath though.
Yeah.
I've seen so much shit in the world. I'm very cynical. So.
At the end of the day, these places, they want money, and if they see you as a liability that won't really be an issue if they terminate, they'll do exactly that.
Oh, so it says, okay, Kaz, I'm out. Before I go, can I get an ooh woo? Ooh woo! Ooh woo, you little shit! Oh! I'll send you back to the orphanage, you little fuck!
Fucking burn it.
He had tweet horrible stuff. It really knows all about the dude. Well, I'll look into it. I got no problem, especially if you fucking pay me, bitch. Do it. I'm gonna hone in on that for a good couple weeks. Pay me.
All right.
Anyway, is there any other questions? Anyone be interested in me answering, or anyone else in here?
Or me. I'm an SJW, by the way, so I'm kidding. I'm an SJ. Yeah, let me make the fucking stream. I'm an SJW. Ask me anything.
Do you dye your armpits blue?
Well, nah, bro. I comb them in the morning, get them spiked ponytails.
I should leave the jokes on slurs to Abby and Bree. Yeah, I think that's really about it though. I don't really see how much else. There's really not much to this whole fiasco, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't really. Yeah. It really feels like a lot of the anger on a lot of sides are a bit overblown in that regard.
Yeah, it's like YouTube loves child, not good word for stream, and it's just like I don't think that's the case, but all right. That's basically the discourse right now. It's a lot of people overblown outrage and just saying a bunch of crazy shit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's validation. There's people definitely having discussions that are good on this, but majority of people are just saying dumb shit.
Yeah, I'm usually not a fan of that. I'm also not a fan of people who are trying to make it out to be like, oh, well, if you call out this type of content, you shouldn't be allowed to do this, you shouldn't be allowed to do that. I'm just like, nah, that's a bit dumb. I don't agree with it. I believe that if people want to make content on stuff like this, they are more than free and should be to do so, as long as they're actually doing it right in a standard that like understands that, hey, look, you're talking about accusations, you're talking about some fucked up shit. You better know what you're fucking talking about, because legal troubles will be on your ass.
It's not just legal troubles. You could destroy someone's entire life, like literally their entire livelihood. Like, what if it came out, and I know it's unlikely, but it turns out EDP was talking to someone he thought was like 18.
I would say that definitely changes the context of the whole thing.
Yeah, like that's the thing, and that's not gonna happen. You know, it's obvious he was talking to a kid, but like, that could happen to someone else. Is my point.
No, the platform is already riddled with people who look at a trend of pred huntings and shit, right? And they'll go and like, oh yeah, let's go and like make accusations against people we personally don't like because fifis.
Yeah, let me say this. I don't know, a person bombed the place. I don't know, that's YouTube at this point. It's just like you can throw these accusations. And that's the worst, when like a YouTuber with an audience makes a video addressing things that are just accusations. It's like, I understand you're saying they're accusations, but now you have a possible broader narrative that people think this guy fucks kids, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fuck, what was the word I was looking for? I am just not. God, I need to. I need to schedule out my sleep schedule better. Fuck me.
Oh yeah.
It really boils down to this, to me too, as well, is that, until YouTube, as well as like other facets of certain organizations, need to acknowledge that I think this pred hunting shit is probably going to be here to stay, given how I don't think it's going to stop being popular anytime soon.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think it ever will be, if I'm going to be honest with you. The problem is that by censoring such a popular topic, you're putting yourself on a ridiculous microscope people can see. And let's be real, people don't like it when you're so pompous and fucking arrogant that you think you control what is and isn't trending on a website, because people want they want to believe that there is an illusion that their interests are actually being put on trending if it's enough work, right? It's enough people enjoying it. It just seems a bit fucked for a website like this to start screaming and crawling. Well, I wouldn't say screaming and crawling, like terminating shit when they know for a fact that they shouldn't be acting like they have complete control as to whether or not people find something popular to talk about. I honestly think that should be left to the viewers, as it always has been and should be. It's just how I see it.
Well, this person's late. Do you want to go through everything again?
No, it's fine. I've already talked to
I'm
Digi
kidding.
about basic ideas. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm kidding. We don't have to talk about everything again.
Unless you pay me, Digi. Better pay us.
I'm gonna lose my shit if you say thanks for $10 and it just says repeat everything you said in the stream.
Yeah.
I want everything reenacted like it's a fucking play.
It's gonna be like a war reenactment.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the coat and the fucking over dramatic shit and like the really shitty musket that hasn't been repaired in a century.
Yep.
So, yeah, it really comes down to that too. Is I think YouTube needs to stop doing that whole little like, oh, we determine what's trending. No, let the audience determine that. So, I think I'll leave this off for the end. I don't want to make this 2 hours. It's really not worth it for 2 hours. I'm gonna be honest. This is kind
30 minutes ago.
Yeah, this feels like a non-issue because I actually agree a lot with Mama Max on his assertion. I just don't agree with some of his tactics. That's it. I don't give that much of a shit. I find most of the critiques against him are either irrational in that regard, or they're just people who are probably looking for attention by starting shit by being like hard against it and making assertions. Because plenty of people like, oh, hey guys, there's this like commentary channel with a history of weird shit trying to moral fag about like Mama Max. I'm like, I don't care. Like, that's just, that people want attention, right? There's no point in giving them that attention. And, I already did with, like, Gage's stream, if you want to watch that, and if you want to hear your, fucking, your fucking, ears bleeding because he can't get his audio right.
Yeah, I mostly agree, too. I just don't think he should say, I'm trying to help content creators while putting out YouTube loves pedophiles.
I mean, if he wants to help out content creators, why not like talk to people like us and like give us a bit of shield every once in a while? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or not almost kill the site.
I've already brought too many games, Kaz. I can't afford to waste any more money. Well, damn it.
That's the winter summer sale, fuck boy.
Exactly.
You ain't paying too much, obviously.
So, yeah. Needless to say, people put yourselves out there. Be careful about what you do. And you as the audience, I think you got a lot more power to determine what is and isn't something people will be able to watch due to its trendiness. And feel free to like, subscribe, and share this fucking nonsense around. And
make sure on this side you're on the right side of history. Team Peter. No, I'm playing.
Someone's gonna take that out of context. You know that.
Yeah, someone's gonna cut out right before I say I'm playing and just upload it as a clip on its own.
Anyway, I'll see you guys later. I got some other crazy streams to talk about. Let's talk about this Jack Murphy motherfucker. I'm gonna have a field day. Anyway, I'll see you.